to digital adoption and integration, especially with rural SMEs. So just to start off, I'll just like each one of you to just say one fun fact about you. I'll start with you, Emmanuel. Michael, don't look at me like that. If you have no fun fact, tell everyone you're boring.
Hello. I think it's good morning. A fun fact about me is I like doing big things, bigger than my size and my capability. So that is funny about me. People find it funny, I think.
So they expect a big person, eh?
Yeah, they always expect a big person.
Thank you. For my part, just like what you mentioned as I was walking up the platform, I usually call myself Michael Newman, and that's what I use. And usually when people meet, see the name, and they eventually meet the
Michael
person,
Newman, eh?
they're like, what? Where is Michael Newman? I'm like, I am the one. What's the problem? Actually, I have a member of staff who joined where I used to work. And one of my responsibilities was to issue laptops to new staff. So this person comes to my office. I wasn't there that afternoon. But she was told, for a laptop, everything else you've done, for a laptop, you go to Michael Newman, he's on floor 13. So she comes to my office in the afternoon. Then they tell her, the office is there, but he has moved out. She's actually light-skinned, very light-skinned, by like a Muzungu. So she was like, no, I should have met this Michael Newman. I will meet him tomorrow morning. When she went back home, the first thing she told the husband is like, can you imagine this place that I'm now working with? We have Zungus there. There's a Michael Newman. Unfortunately, I've not met him, but I'm going to meet him tomorrow. So the following morning, she comes to my office. First thing in the morning, she finds me in the office, sitting and very comfortable. She was like, may I come in? I said, yeah, please come in. She was like, I'm here to see Michael Newman. When is he coming to office? I was like, what? What has he done? Like, no, I was told to come and see him so that he can give me a laptop, and here I am. I came yesterday, I didn't see him, so here I am, please. When is he coming to office? I looked at her, looked at myself. Then I told her, by the way, you are speaking to Michael Newman. She looked at me. She just burst out and laughed. She even moved out to the office and laughed. So I was like, okay, when you finish laughing, you can come in. We shall do our business, and then we shall take it on after this. To date, she's one of very close friends of mine that I have. So very light-skinned. But I was like, you are not alone, don't worry. A number of people that I meet, they go through what you've gone through. But be okay, you will be fine. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Olga?
Fun fact. There's so many fun facts I can think about, but one, the randomest I can think about is I have about 10 dogs.
Wow.
Yes.
I'll come for one after this session. Florence, over to you.
Okay, good morning. Fun fact about me is I like talking. In school, I would always be moved around and then make you a noisemaker if you're the quiet one. But guess what? Talking pays. I'm now a lawyer who's paid to talk. So, yeah, that's a fun fact.
Right choice of career.
Olga, what is the problem? What problem am I trying to solve with 10 dogs? So, when I was, when Alan told us we had to think of a fun fact, I realized I have a very boring life these days. So, but let me think about the time when my life was fun and less of the CEO problems. I was a hip-hop musician.
So how did you end up in security?
So, look at the problem that I have right now with the suit. But yes, that is another life that I had.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hello. To be honest, Alan, I forgot about that question, but mine is very different. A fun fact about me is that there is no H in my name. I know it seems weird, but I've said this 100 times, and I normally introduce myself as, hi, I'm Rita without an H. Those of you here who have my number, which is probably a number of you, you can now edit and remove the H. There's no H in my name.
Thanks, Rita, and we'll start with you for our questions. The first question is, apart from removing the H and why no H, how are traditional industries adapting to the digital transformation, and what critical success factors in their journey towards embracing, what are the critical success factors in their journey towards embracing digital innovations?
Okay, so I think basically my entrepreneurs, and I say mine because I feel very connected to them, who were just showcasing earlier as part of the Youth Startup Academy, Uganda, have proven already. They sort of helped me answer that question. We're looking at the health sector, ideally a traditional sector, and now we're having amazing solutions such as MScan. You look at logistics, ideally, you know, the way you think around logistics is very from point A to point B, and now Transport Technologies is redefining what that looks like. So many of the entrepreneurs that you're going to see during Uganda Innovation Week are basically proving how traditional sectors have now really adapted and moved towards digitizing. This is really critical if you're looking at what does scale look like, how do I, expand my impact, and so forth. If you think of banking today, the way that we bank has been reinvented by fintech, right? How many of you have mobile money? I think almost everyone in this room today, correct? When last did you walk into the bank to do a transaction? Probably a while, right? So this in itself is just proof that you cannot remain stagnant with the way that the world is moving today. What does that look like on an organizational level? It looks like leadership. If leadership is very intentional about what it means to adopt digital transformation within the organization, then they begin to set that change that they'd like to see. It also looks at what the workforce look like, because we can't have digital transformation without considering the upskilling of the workforce that exists today. From an educational level, it means implementing that in what our education sector looks like. So this should be a key sort of output in our education today. Who are we churning out? Are we turning out the type of talent that is willing to integrate or to be problem solvers and create amazing solutions around these sectors that ideally are recognized as traditional?
It was precise.
Yeah, I was warned.
The next question, it's no particular order, but it still goes to you, Emmanuel. Cybersecurity. So cybersecurity is a significant concern in the digital age. What strategies and best practices should organizations implement to safeguard their digital assets and protect sensitive data from cyber threats? I'm sure we all want to listen to that.
Yes, I think it's no longer news that security is one of the biggest risks that we have to be concerned about as we're building our applications. And I hope that for each one of us here, it is a key area of concern for you. The World Economic Forum ranks cyber threats among the top 3 biggest risks for any business. So while you're thinking about building your applications, do not think that cybersecurity is cyber threats are a far-fetched problem. I recall about 7-8 years